Good day and welcome back. How would we know how close the ports are? We need to match the ports. Guesswork and visual is not always the ideal. There's an inside gauge. I hope this comes out on the video. You can use these. Well, this just fits. So if you release, the things pop out. So you clamp them up. You tighten up the little screw at the back. You put in, release, and you tighten it up. You take it out. Let's hope this electronic vernier is a new battery. Let's hope it works. You take a measurement and you see what size it is. So that's 33.55. You then compare. Obviously I haven't touched that one, so obviously it doesn't go in, but we can see, we can have a look how much bigger it is. That one's still very rough. You measure this at the same place where you measure that one. So you now got a measurement or a reference to take a measurement, and 32.75. So the port isn't that much bigger, but this port I've just started touching it up. It still needs a lot of work, and I've started on what they call the teardrop. Thanks to Rick for giving me the name what they call those things. I'm not going to take a lot off. I'm going to take quite a bit off. The valve angle, let me see if I can use this to get the valve angle. No, that's not giving me the valve angle. Let me see if we've got something thinner. Let me get a little drill. Right, here we go. The drill is just to give the valve angle. So you see that's the valve angle. I'm sure you can see that. That's the angle. That's the valve guide. The drill's in the valve guide. That's just to show the angle. So this here is not where the valve guide is. Not quite sure where it is, but any restriction in exhaust port is a restriction. In the inlet port, to be a different story. I'll have to work around that and see what needs to be done. But the less restrictions there are on an exhaust port, the better. I'm not going to take everything out. I'm not quite sure what's inside there. Looking from the other side, I don't think it's an oil gallery of any sort, judging from the other side. Because if you take the head over, your oil, and I need to see where it comes up on the heads. On the other side, where the oil runs for your cam. Let's see if I can move this over. There we go. Your oil runs in there, and from there you can see in your, if I take it out, point it like that, your oil for your lifters comes from there. There's another oil hole at the bottom, which I'm not sure if it's a drain or what it could be. Let me turn this around. Maybe we can see from the other side where the oil is. I actually haven't had a look at that. On some engines, the oil comes through the same hole as the head bolt. But that takes a dowel, that takes a dowel, and that takes a dowel. That's most probably the oil one. If you look at that, if you compare, see the slight rust marks in the water jackets, there is nothing in there. I'm not sure if that's right either, but I don't see, there's got to be somewhere. I just don't know these heads that well. Somewhere, yeah, there'll be oil coming into the heads. It is most probably that one. No, but that's also oil, but it's got that. Let's see if we can see from the other side. Okay, that needs some more investigation. Not quite sure where the oil comes from into the heads. Somewhere from the block. the beauty of working on a wooden table. You don't have to worry about damaging the head. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is there. There we go. Right in there. Let me put it like that. See if I can get it closer. Let me get a light. Let me get a light. So it is from that. So the oil on that, in there, there's a hole right in there. I hope you can see that. Keep on turning it. That's where the oil from the block into the cylinder head goes into. So then that from there, it feeds your cam towers and your lifters and all that. So there is no, or there should be no, I don't know what the manufacturers have done. There should be, we'll go back to this. Let's lift the head up a bit more. Get my little rough piece of wood to hold the head up. So if you put the drill bit back in there, you can see the angle of the valve, obviously from the other side. So there should be nothing in there. I think I'm going to take a chance. Should something come up, I will make a video about it. There should be no risk of heating any oil or water for that matter. Further, these exhausts are very restrictive. Most people run their catalytic converters. I don't. I bought a vehicle like that. I understand some people live in emission areas, that's the issue. There's enough back pressure with a long pipe, couple of meters long all the way at the back. I'm running what I think they call a 2.5 inch exhaust right through, single pipe, not your pipe. So there's enough back pressure. I'm not worried about back pressure. There is more than enough back pressure to satisfy the needs. However, on the exhaust port, the less restriction the better. The books I've read, the main one I've read, the most impressionable on me, has been by David Vizard. I don't even know if he's still alive. He was already elderly chap. I learned a lot with that, and by watching other people doing heads and talking to other people, the less back pressure on the exhaust, the better. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, if it's been helpful, please subscribe, and I'll be making another one soon on continuing the porting of these Jeep. I believe these heads get used on Dakotas and some Dodges as well. Thanks for watching. Cheers.